Visions of Mana just released yesterday, and it's being reported today that the studio behind it, Oka Studios, is potentially being shut down. A lot of people seem to be under the misconception that this is Visions of Mana's fault, but Oka Studios was gutted before the release. As far back as spring of this year, the studio is currently only run by a handful of people who will stick around long enough to finish up the last remaining projects, and then it'll likely be shut down. The studio was put together in 2020 around the 6 Feet Apart days, and was made up of veteran developers from Capcom and Bandai Namco. I had a hard time finding the other games the studios created. Visions of Mana may be the first one completed by them. I found several articles talking about 3 projects they were working on around 2022. The gaming industry was booming around that time because no one could go outside. Platforms like Twitch also started popping off around that time. All of the closures we're seeing today is because of the rapid expansion these companies engaged in, trying to capitalize on that explosion. However, it obviously hasn't been sustainable long term, so a lot of the studios that were put together then are getting shut down now. It really is as simple as the investment turned out to be more expensive than profitable. Video games take a lot of money to develop, even when they turn out bad. That's a lot of money you could be setting on fire, so I understand why these big companies are quick to reassess where their money's going. NetEase is a Chinese company who was looking towards Japan because at the time it seemed the most profitable. Japan has a huge gaming culture, and there wasn't much going on domestically, as things were kind of stagnant in China for gaming. Fast forward to today, and China just put out Wukong, and it was a massive success. This is the kind of success these big publishers are looking for, and it happened in NetEase's own country, and with a small development team. As it looks like the market's changing, investments are going to follow. So while a lot of the information in this main article comes from anonymous sources and speculation, I don't think any of it is unreasonable. I wonder what this means for the Mana series as a whole. This was the first new mainline game in the series since 2006. I know fans are devastated to hear the studio behind it is probably going to disappear. There is the chance that this IP will be picked up by another company. I saw some people on Reddit talking about not wanting to buy the game now because it could be the last one, or at the very least it'll be the last one that has the style that it has. I think that mentality is pretty flawed. If you want to support the series, buy the game. Money is king in this industry, whether you like it or not. Not buying it because NetEase is behind it when they have so many other projects that are going on. They're really big in the gaming sphere. Like, this is a huge company. They're not going to suffer that much from you not buying this game. And yeah, your purchase might not save this development team because it seems like it was already on its way out. However, it does show an interest in the series, in the IP. So if you want it to be picked up by someone else, it needs to look profitable, So I don't think that's a good reason to not buy it, but you do what you want. I talked about this in my demo first impressions, but I'll say it again here. I had the feeling this game would not do well outside of the core fan base. You can go and watch that video if you want to fully understand why, because I'm not going to repeat it all here. But basically it boiled down to how the game felt to play and how devastating that is for an action JRPG. I've seen fans of the series saying things like, well, the series has always felt clunky to play, and that's not a good excuse. Maybe you'll put up with it, but new people will not. And in order for a game to become a hit like these big publishers are wanting, it has to reach outside of the dedicated fan base to new people. If my friend came to me and asked me for action JRPG recommendations, there's no way I would recommend this game to start with because it'd be a mediocre first experience into the genre. And that's not a good sign. Meanwhile, I've been watching one of my friends play Wukong, and I don't really play Souls-like games, but that game, while not perfect, still looks so much fun to play. Anyway, the situation is sad, but it's not entirely unexpected. I enjoy the Mana series myself, so I hope this doesn't spell the end for it. And yeah, I just wanted to get out this quick video because this is trending today. A lot of people are talking about it, but there's a lot of misconceptions about how exactly this has happened or what's happening. So I thought I would clear it up and get your guys' opinion on the situation. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more gaming news. I talk about JRPGs along other genres on this channel. With that out of the way, I hope you're living today in a way you won't regret, and I'll see you in the next one. Pook out.